And we're recording!
Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Grease and Oil Podcast, hosted by ya boy Mr. MPS, but not hosted by ya boy Mr. Conductor Fan 1406, because this week, Vinnie was super busy with TCC stuff. So this week we have
TCC,
my absolute favorite. So this week we have our boy Lego Lover 117 here on the podcast. He's here co-hosting. I feel like Vinny's gone. Like I feel like one of us is gone. Like every other week, we've had a lot of like people having to fill in for one or the other lately. I mean, a couple weeks ago we had Rob and Unlucky Tug. A couple weeks ago we had Keekray. So lots of guests. But we have Lego Lover this week.
Hello, everybody. It's Lego Lover 117 here for my first time on the Grease and Oil Podcast. Definitely very excited. This is the first podcast I've ever been on, but I've listened to podcasts for close to like 4 to 5 years now, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, you've made lots of memes for us, and
lots of tweet time appearances.
Yes, lots of appearances in tweet time, including a time when Vinny accidentally called you Leg Lover 117, which that was a good.
I mean, I do love me a nice pair of legs, but not changing my username to that.
I prefer the thing that connects the legs. If you get what I'm saying.
Totally.
If you're understanding my vibe here.
If you're catching my drift, that's what I prefer.
If you're floating my boat.
If you've ever been to high school health class, you understand.
Yeah, you're right.
Which I have.
Yeah.
Which was basically hell on earth because of the photos that I've seen and have now been scarred for life. But you know what? That's my problem, not yours.
Hey, man, it's all good. This is a dang podcast. You can talk about whatever you want to.
This is a goddamn podcast. Whoop, I swore.
Guys, I'm very excited because I have in front of me my special set of coasters. Because in my graphic design class, we had to make coasters, like printed coasters, and
I saw those on Twitter.
I made some bomb-ass mother trucking coasters. They are pretty slick, pretty awesome, pretty dank. So I made 3 coasters. I made a Slusho coaster, which for those of you who don't know, Slusho is a product used in all the J.J. Abrams movies, including Cloverfield.
I had no idea of that. I really didn't.
Next up is Swamp Pop coaster. Swamp Pop is a drink that's also used in J.J. Abrams movies, specifically 10 Cloverfield Lane. And of course, I gotta have the Baja Blast coaster. It's just gotta exist, you know. When you give me a chance, don't ever give me free reign to make a coaster out of whatever I want to, because I'm definitely gonna make a Baja Blast coaster. It's just gonna happen.
And I will most definitely make some kind of Marvel coaster. That's just the guy that I am.
I was really considering making a coaster out of that thing that's like the Captain America Civil War logo that's like half Iron Man's arc reactor and half the shield, but I decided I didn't have enough coasters for that.
That is a sweet poster. It's on the Steelbook, I think.
Yeah, I want that so bad.
Which I wish I would have picked up from Best Buy, but Best Buy is like 30 minutes away from my house.
Well, yeah, oh well. Guys, the Slusho and the Swamp Pop coasters were made with the inspiration of my favorite podcast, which is Cloverfields, which is a podcast about the Cloverfield movies. And I tweeted it to them, and they retweeted my tweet and quoted it. So I'm pretty jazzed about that. The retweeted tweet got 4 retweets and 40 likes, and my tweet itself got 3 retweets and 24 likes. So now that we're done with me sucking my own dick about my amazing coasters, we're gonna get into... What?
Can I just say that it's really impressive they made a podcast out of just 2 movies.
I mean, there's an ARG, an alternate reality game, that connects everything. So there's a lot more to talk about than just, that movie was sure a great one, wasn't it?
We're back again for episode number 64, where we talk about Cloverfield for the 130th time.
Guys, if you haven't seen Cloverfield or 10 Cloverfield Lane, be sure to check them out. They're great movies.
I have seen neither of them.
You should watch them. They're good movies. All right, guys.
I heard...
Go ahead. I'm just trying to start the tweet time, but go ahead. You can keep
tweet time.
You can keep putting off the tweet time until later. Go ahead.
I gotta play Vinnie's Roll Streak with the tweet time thing, but I heard Cloverfield wasn't that good though.
Cloverfield 1 is okay. There's a lot of shaky cam, makes you want to vom a little bit. But 10 Cloverfield Lane's really good. John Goodman is really good in it.
So it's like Hunger Games, just shaky cam.
No, it's worse than Hunger Games shaky cam. Like actually,
It's worse than because Hunger Games had some really bad shaky cam. They fixed it in Catching Fire, but Hunger Games.
But
Oh
I mean,
God.
but Cloverfield has cool monster attacks, so it's
But do you ever see the monster though? I heard that like it's hidden throughout half the movie.
okay. For most of the movie, you don't see the monster, but when you do see the monster, it like really makes an impact. It's like Godzilla in the new Godzilla movie.
Which I also heard wasn't that good, but hey,
Hey, whatever, man. All right, now,
that's me.
if you're done putting it off, let's get into some tweet time.
Tweet time, tweet time, tweet time.
All right, here we go.
Was that good?
Yes, that was good. Good job. Congratulations. You should replace Vinny on the podcast.
Hooray! This is now the Grease and Lego podcast.
There we go. There we go. All right.
Which is it's kind of ironic because I don't even collect Legos much anymore. But
Boy, I'm gonna flag you for a misleading username.
I still like Legos. I make customs. I made a custom Laurel with artificial legs.
By the way, guys, if this episode is gonna be the movie /TV show discussion hour, because Lego Lover and I are both television and movie aficionados, and so yeah, just prepare yourselves for that.
Arguably, I am more than he is.
Yes.
My entire Instagram is dedicated to it, my personal one, and I'm also sitting next to my shelf right now with all lay Blu-rays and all lay DVDs and such.
Yes, but the movies that I like are better than the movies you like. Therefore, I'm better than you.
Oh, you want to fight me, do you?
Yes, I do. All right. The first tweet comes from @TramGayEngines. #GAOP. Can you give us a quick opinion on the Tinsel on the Tracks episodes that came out recently? Oh no, I don't watch the TV show. Lego Lover, do you watch the TV show?
I have seen those episodes. I liked all of them. They're all really good. I think my favorite one is probably Over the Hill, where Steven and Glenn race each other. I mean, there's just so much like really funny old banter.
That is a very interesting premise. Yeah.
And I also really like the rail car and the coaches, which I wasn't expecting to like because I don't really like Daisy all that much.
Mm-hmm.
But that was still really good.
Yeah.
And of course the other ones were pretty good as well, except Thomas's reaction to seeing Glenn was just like, "Oh, you're that engine I saw like 50 years ago. You're still here?" I was like, "That's all he thinks?"
Yep, that's all he thinks. Thomas doesn't care about nobody except himself.
Thomas hates Glenn apparently.
The TV show's not called Glenn the Tank Engine and Friends. It's called Thomas the Dang Tank Engine and Friends.
Although it should be.
All right, the next...
Let's see the spinoff of Glenn the Coffee Pot Engine and Friends.
I just called him Glenn. His name is Glyn, not Glenn. It's Glyn. He's not Glenn. All right, our next tweet comes from Flying Thistle Studios. And his tweet is, "My milk tinker brings all the boys to the yard." Short, sweet, and to the point. I like it. I dig it.
Dad, whatever works for you.
Our next tweet comes from @SmudgerWooden21, and it's a picture from Rusty and the Boulder of Boulder crashing into the shed after it blew up. And
when Michael Bay took over Thomas and Friends for one episode.
Yeah, and the caption says, "Well, shit, there goes a $2 million investment down the drain. Boom, the fat controller." I like how you guys are sending us tweets that are just like funny captions. Like they don't even have anything to do with the things we talk about in our episodes. They're just funny things with captions on them, which, I mean, that's fine. Keep sending them in. We dig it.
I mean, you have to admit that was kind of an expensive shed.
Yeah.
And I mean, why did it explode? Because amazing crashes? I don't know.
Yes. All right, our next tweet comes from @eTopHat67, our meme boy, but this time he's not sending us a meme. Basically, I'm going to paraphrase this tweet. He's asking us to talk about the trailer with Hugo in it, the propeller engine. Vyong.
Oh yeah, that the German TV spot.
Yes. So what'd you think of it?
Well, I don't speak German, so I
neither.
obviously don't know what the hell they were saying.
Let's get Matt Twillman in here and see if he can translate that bitch for us.
Yeah, let's get Matt in here. He can help us out, or he's more efficient in French now that I think about it.
Do you think I should? Do you think I should act? I'm gonna actually call him right now. See if we can. I'm gonna confront him right now and be like, Matt, translate this for us. Hold up for a second. Give me like 2 seconds. He hung up on me.
That's not right, man.
Son of a bitch. Well, guys, we were gonna have a Matt Twillman, Twilly time instead of tweet time.
Twilly time.
But I guess not, because Twillman has to be a butt.
Twilly time is canceled. He's probably doing homework.
Anyways, what do you think about the trailer?
I liked what I saw. I don't know why people are getting so up in arms about Hugo. He really doesn't scare me all that much. I mean, he does kind of look like a JJ the Jet Plane character in a way. Mm-hmm. That's why I posted that tweet of whatever the girl's name from JJ the Jet Plane is, the long one, the silver one.
I don't remember.
Not the pink one.
I don't remember.
I used to watch
I watched JJ the Jet Plane a lot when I was a kid too. I don't remember it at all, but I used to watch it a lot.
I still have some old VHS tapes in my closet, but I do not dare pop them in because those faces creep the hell out of me.
They're very spooky.
Yeah. They'd be very nice to watch over Halloween, I guess, if you want a good spook. But I like that we saw Skiff.
Yes. He still exists. Cool. He's not just a one-off character, dude. Whoa!
Yeah, he's still a thing. But I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see Ryan.
I'm not. Ryan can leave.
Ryan is Stanley 2.0, but I still like him.
Ryan can leave. Guys, before that finishes off tweet time, but before we go off the subject of Twitter completely, I wanted to bring up that the podcast now has a quote official Twitter account. So follow us on Twitter at GAO Podcast. We got some good stuff there. It's our official Twitter account. We'll tweet out there from now on. We'll tweet out
because GAOP was already taken.
Yeah, that was already taken. But from now on, we'll tweet out there any guests that'll be coming up on the podcast, stuff like that. So follow us there for updates on this young podcast right here. All right, that's the end of tweet time.
Pretty young podcast. We're only like 20 episodes in.
That young podcast, that Leo podcast right there.
Coming up on a year now.
We are coming up. I mean, in February. I mean,
that is not that far away if you really think about it.
I mean, okay, let me correct that. It'll be February since we created the channel, but we have to wait till like June to wait till the podcast is since the podcast was launched. So we took a long time. Yeah,
it was like May or something whenever it first came out, and not we. I wasn't there. You and Vinnie talked about the Great Race merchandise and all that stuff.
And we were super out of date because we were like 3 months behind everyone else. and I wanted to re-record, but Vinnie was like, "No, I like the old episode." I'm sorry. I
love that old episode.
I don't know what accent I was doing there. I made myself laugh. No, I like the old episode. Don't record a new one, Matt. Even though we're gonna sound like stupid idiots for not sounding out of date. I don't even know if that was English anymore towards the end of that sentence.
It sort of morphed into a Chris Thompson.
Whoa, hey man, come on. Oh man, he's. Well, I mean,
at least it's not. It's not like the episode with Rob and Tug.
That episode that I didn't watch because I couldn't hear a goddamn thing.
I couldn't hear anything either, but I powered through it. And there's actually some interesting stuff that said. I just wish I could have heard what they were saying without having to play with my earphones.
But I wasn't in it, so I don't care. That's like the most dick thing I could have said in that situation. I wasn't in it, so I don't care about it. I'm not going to listen to it. In fact, I'm going to delete the episode off the channel and pretend like it never happened. What, Rob? What unlucky Tug? I don't know. He wasn't on the episode. I don't know. We've never had him on a podcast.
You should probably take it down and edit the audio or something, make it louder.
I definitely should have. Vinnie should have fixed the levels in the first place, or he should have not recorded it with a potato microphone.
Yeah. Kind of like how I took my TWRC poster with a potato.
Literally, what Vinnie did was he used his like external microphone on his like that he uses to record audio and when he uses on Skype calls and stuff like that. And he used that to record himself and his computer audio. Either A, get a screen recording or audio recording software, or B, get like just record it with your built-in microphone on your computer, because just do that in Final Cut or something like that, because I know Vinnie has Final Cut. So just record your built-in audio from the built-in microphone and it'll sound just fine. I'm sorry, I'm actually getting angry over this the more I think about it.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm angry. It did have the same quality as a what our Skype calls are like video from back in like 2014, where I used to use an iPod to record from a tablet.
Good.
And where my voice sounded louder than the people talking in the call, and it just sounded terrible.
Good.
Luckily, around episode like 20 or something, I started doing them on my computer, and it sounds a hell of a lot better.
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like agreeing.
Well, the series itself has gotten better because they've gotten actually funnier.
Yeah. Well, because those boys in the Skype calls are good boys. Also, I should mention we're recording this on Friday evening because we couldn't record last night because I had a thing to do. So we are trying to get this recorded as quick as possible and get this boy out before it turns into Saturday. So we might have to make this a little bit of a shorter episode. So you might be getting a 30-minute or a 45-minute episode, or we might just ramble for a really long time and it might become an hour and a half. I don't even really know. So yeah, that's just a thing. Just
At least it's not.
What? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just be happy it's not like now playing. Just be happy it's not like now playing or something where each of their reviews is at least an hour and a half long, and some of their Marvel stuff. Jesus Christ, it's like 2.5 hours long. Like their Captain America Civil War podcast they did. Jesus, it's over 2.5 hours long.
That was a good movie. Captain America Civil War. I liked that movie.
That was a very good movie. It really was.
You know what wasn't really good in it? Hawkeye. For those of you who don't know, on Lego Lover's birthday this year, we watched Captain America Civil War in a Skype call. And
it may or may not have been illegally.
It's all good. It was high quality.
It's fine. We got the Blu-ray 3 months early because for some reason.
There we go. That's good. Because we're Hydra. Hail Hydra and stuff like that. I actually
Yep. Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra.
I have a Hydra hat, but it's like all the way back there, and I don't want to grab it. And literally all I did for the entire freaking movie was just roast Hawkeye the entire time.
It turned into a complete roast of Hawkeye. And the funny thing is, I had just gotten Hawkeye's pop that very same day.
Hashtag stay strong, Hawkeye.
So I'm pretty sure the pop was sitting on my shelf just crying, like, why do you hate me?
Good. Hawkeye sucks. He's the worst Avenger.
Really, the only reason I got it is because it came with the Civil War Spider-Man pop.
Exactly.
In that 4-pack or whatever that came with the 2 keychains, which the Captain America one I gave to my mom because she loves Captain America.
Right.
But she got the Deadpool one, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have Iron Man and Deadpool on my keychain. It's pretty lit.
Hawkeye sucks. All he does is shoot arrows. And you can say, MPS, that's what the Green Arrow does too. Yeah, that is what the Green Arrow does too. But
he does it better.
Both of them kind of suck, if we're being honest. There's no way that Green Arrow could beat the Flash or someone like that. There's no way Green Arrow could.
No, there's no way. But Arrow's character development is infinitely better than Hawkeye's.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he has had an entire TV show and 4 seasons to do it.
I mean, they've had in the time that Green Arrow had to fight the Flash, they had to nerf Green Arrow, or they had to nerf the Flash by just making him a rage monster. Angry, not able to use his senses. Because if it would have been a straight fight, then Green Arrow would have gotten his ass whooped easy.
Yeah, it's also why they didn't show them fighting each other in season 3 or something is when they met up.
Yeah.
I want to know who won that fight.
No, that's true. Take a guess.
Probably Flash.
Yeah,
but I don't like season 3 that much, so I'm not gonna go back and watch it.
Nobody likes season 3 of Arrow, and nobody likes season 4 of Arrow either.
I like season 4 of Arrow.
Well, you don't count because you're dumb.
Oh, I'm very sad.
You're a poopy face.
I
Why?
liked it better than season 3, honestly. I thought it was a major improvement.
Okay, it was. That's not a lie. You're not lying when you say that. But they killed off Black Canary. Spoiler alert for last season of Arrow, which you should have watched already if you are into
Spoiler
Arrow.
alerts for like everything. We're gonna go fully ham on this.
Yes, but frickin' why would they kill off Black Canary? That'd be like I saw a comparison on the internet. For you Potter heads out there, that'd be like them killing off Hermione and then giving Harry a random new love interest that they just introduced to make the fangirls happy. That's what it's like with them killing off Laurel so Oliver can be with Felicity.
I mean, I do think they took a major dump on her character in season 3. Felicity's character, not Laurel. Laurel was so dumb in season 2. Like honestly, she did not need to be there.
Whoa,
Which,
your microphone just glitched so bad. You sound like a robot. That was awesome.
uh, well, I'll hear it whenever I listen to this. I was saying how Laurel's character was really unneeded in season 2, honestly, and I stated this in my review of Arrow season 2, which, by the way, for all of you who don't know, is my favorite season of Arrow. I bought it on Blu-ray.
It's
over in
everyone's favorite season of Arrow.
Some of my friends from my youth group wouldn't agree with that. They like season 3, so they're sinners.
I'm just gonna
They need.
go for a little walk for a second. I'll be right back.
I'm pretty sure my friends from my youth group just triggered MPS, guys. So anyway, welcome back to the Lego and Lover podcast. How are you? How was how was your day and such? Did you do anything interesting? No? Okay, that's good.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to go for a little walk. Let's clear my mind for a second. Had to grab a Baja Blast, put it on my coaster like that I made. Oh! Baja Blast just went everywhere. That's disgusting.
I was just telling everybody to welcome back to the Lego and Lover podcast.
The Lego and Lover podcast. I Lego and love it, man.
Yeah, but I think Law's character is pretty dumb in season 2, but she's all right.
Arrow's villain in season 2 is infinitely better than the villain in season 3.
Oh yeah, Slade beats every villain. Honestly, they cannot top that because he actually set up a conflict for Oliver, but they set up a conflict for him, and it takes him to his darkest point. Like he is going to kill himself by handing himself over to Slade because he's at his darkest point, and he's never gotten that way since. I mean, yeah, you could argue that in season 3 he was at his lowest point, but he was faking it, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was gonna say something there, but I had a mouthful of Baja Blast. Okay, yeah, all of Arrow's Slade's better than all of Arrow's. I mean, think about it. Malcolm Merlin, he just wanted to blow up part of the city. I mean, he's a good bad guy, but I mean, he's been overused.
He's a nice anti-hero, but I wish they'd just go ahead and like chop his head off or something so he doesn't have to come back, but he already lost his hand, so.
And then season 2, Slade was the boss, and then season 3, you could argue that Merlin was the main villain in that season, but I think their intention was to make Ra's al Ghul the main villain of that season.
I never thought of Merlin being the main villain. I always thought of Ra's al Ghul, and he wasn't as good as Liam Neeson in Batman Begins.
They actually offered Liam Neeson to come back and reprise the role, but he said he wanted to, but he was busy.
That would have been... Oh my gosh, that would have been so good.
Is it just me, or is the guy they cast as Ra's al Ghul, is he like a little chubby? In the scene where he was fighting Oliver on the mountain, he like took off his shirt, and all the characters like, "Whoa!" Like he's supposed to be ripped, and I'm like, he's kind of got a dad bod going on.
Yeah, he's a little bit like Alec Baldwin when he got fat and didn't care anymore. So,
whatever. I thought Merlin was the main villain of season 3 technically because I mean he was the one that put everything into motion. He, spoiler alert, killed Sarah. He was the one who set Oliver up against Ra's al Ghul. He was the one that was like Oliver's like insider in the league, and so he was helping him lie to the rest of the team. And then at the end of the season, he got away with everything because he became the next Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's an interesting way to look at it. I never thought of it that way, but I still thought Roz was kind of weak.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He was definitely weak. Okay, I'll say this. Merlin was sort no, I don't really. I'd say they were like equal villains basically. Cuz Roz had no screen time the first half of the season.
Oh yeah, that's true. He really doesn't come in until like the mid-season finale when, spoiler alert, he stabs Oliver and kicks him off of a cliff.
That I think that was the last episode of the season where I've actually been like what's going to happen next.
Oh, I was in English class last year watching that.
Mhm.
I was done with my work, so I was like, I'm just gonna watch some Arrow, and I literally had to stop myself from gasping out
Mhm.
loud, like, what's gonna happen next? And then the bell rings, so I'm like, oh crap, Christ the Lord, I have I have to get home and find out what happens next. Like that's one of the only times I've ever been like that
Yeah, for sure.
with a show.
And then they
It was
just
such
came
a
up with a stupid explanation. Oh, he wasn't really dead. It was his willpower that kept him alive. No, just throw him in a Lazarus pit.
Dude, he literally fell off of a cliff with a
Yeah,
stab
yeah.
wound.
You stabbed him in the chest and then threw him off a cliff, and he laid in the snow for like hours. And they were like, "Well, the coldness of the snow kept him from bleeding out." And I'm like, "No, you
Yeah,
suck."
it froze over his wound.
Yeah,
No.
did it also freeze his neck and stop it from breaking?
Yeah, exactly. Because
When he fell
we
off
don't
that 50-foot tall cliff.
we don't exactly know which way he landed, but he was laying down, so it's presumed he landed on his head. I don't know.
And then season four's villain was Damien Dark, and he was I liked it. I liked him. He's a good
I
bad
liked
guy.
him. I liked him being so charismatic about his plans. Like he was so jokey.
I like that he was just a bad guy just for the sake of basically being a bad guy. Like season one, Merlin was like, "I need to get revenge because they killed my wife." Season two, Slade's like, "Kid, you." I'm sorry, I can't say kid. That's someone out there's trigger word.
Oh yeah.
You killed my not quite girlfriend, so I'm gonna have to kill you. Hi, this is Bear Grylls here, hosting the next episode of the podcast. No, and then
Kill,
season three,
kill Shadow Kid. Whoever did this to her is going to suffer.
and then that was pretty good actually. Wow, that was good. We have Manu Bennett here on the podcast, guys. Actor for Slade Wilson and bodybuilder.
I'm just gonna say this. I should have been in Suicide Squad.
Definitely should have. And then season three, here's a little fun fact for you, actually. For the guy that they got playing Slade in Justice League and the Batman movie,
Joe Manganiello. I'm not
Manganiello,
sure.
close. He's
Oh,
he's Flash Thompson from the Spider-Man movies.
oh,
He was Flash Thompson in Spider-Man 1.
that's nice. I haven't watched that movie in years.
No, me neither. And then okay, and
I,
then season four, I like Damien Dark. He was just evil for the sake of being evil. Like in season three, Ra's al Ghul was like, "You need to become my heir," and also I kind of want to get revenge for Sarah dying, but not really, because it was sort of flip flop about whether I care about her or not.
yeah.
And then season four, Damien Dark's like, "No, I'm just gonna nuke some people. I don't care."
I just wanna, I just wanna do it because I'm bored. I just wanna do it. All right, let's do it. Come on, let's
Pretty.
go nuke some people. Let's go, guys.
I also really liked what the show did with Anarchy in season four. Even though that definitely what he was doing was not anarchy, he was just blowing shit up. They seem to not know what the word anarchy means because they kept basically using it as like a substitute for the word chaos, which that's not what anarchy is. Anarchy is like toppling the government and stuff like that. But anarchy is
Yeah,
just like I'm gonna light some people on fire, and I'm like, hey,
cool. I know nothing about Anarchy, and I haven't seen season four since it was airing, so I'll have to go back and watch season four again. It's on Netflix, so I know how to. So I have a way.
so far, season five of Arrow is off to a good start. I mean, we're 2 episodes in, but so far it's good. There's the main villain. He's called. I just choked on my Baja Blast. His name is Tobias Church, and he's
Yeah,
a
I've seen the premiere. I haven't seen this week's episode though. I have seen this week's episode of Flash, and boy, was that good.
yeah, he's a savage. Tobias Church is a savage. Also,
Yep.
Legends of Tomorrow exists as well.
Wow, I so don't care.
Bro, Legends of Tomorrow is awesome this season. We got the young, what's it called? Oh, we got the Legion of Doom this season. Legends of Tomorrow. It's Reverse Flash and Damien Dark and Captain Cold and also Malcolm Merlin.
The only full episode I've seen of Legends is the one where they go to Starling City in 2046 and they meet Old Oliver and Slade Wilson's son. And the only reason I watched it was because I saw Deathstroke and it wasn't Manu Bennett, and I got sad.
Let's clarify this for a second. When we say Oliver and Deathstroke's son, we're not saying the son of Oliver and Deathstroke. We're saying Oliver as well as Deathstroke's son.
That is not what I meant. I meant Deathstroke's son. What's his name? Grant Wilson?
Grant Wilson.
He was kind of weak.
A little weak. He's also white, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, because... Oh, I mean, his mom could have been white. So, I'm not... I don't mean to be racist. I'm not a racist boy. Yeah,
well, his mom couldn't have been Shadow.
That's a little burn. Little burn. I appreciate the two of you who are still listening to this damn podcast.
He's dead, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Because there's probably two people in the community who actually watch Air. I know Milk Tanker, my boy, is just...
Milk Tanker watches it.
I know Milk Tanker's just eating this up. Oh, Wooden Railway only, like, maybe?
Oh, he does. He was excited when I mentioned I was watching Arrow, like, a couple weeks ago.
Guys, I'm also midway through Jessica Jones. That's a good show.
How far are you into Daredevil?
I finished season 1 of Daredevil. And now I'm halfway through Jessica Jones.
I
just finished the episode where, spoiler alert, Kilgrave buys Jessica Jones's house.
Oh, yeah. And what do you think so far?
I like it better than Daredevil so far.
It is better than Daredevil season 1. I've seen all of the Marvel Netflix stuff, for any of you that are wondering. I'm currently on episode 13 of Luke Cage, but there's only 20 minutes left, so probably finish that after the podcast is over. But Luke Cage has been really good. I still think Daredevil season 2 is my favorite because of Punisher. I'm a huge Punisher fan.
I like how brutal Jessica Jones the series is. I mean, Kilgrave tells Jessica Jones, kill this woman. And Jessica Jones just punches her so hard she flies across the street and her heart stops.
Yeah, her heart.
That's amazing.
Oh, has it been revealed about who the woman was?
Yeah. I just don't want to say it for spoilers.
Spoiler alert, it's somebody important's wife.
Yes, it's... Yeah, that's right, guys. It's Daredevil's wife.
Yeah, totally.
No, it's Captain America's wife. Captain America just shows up in the Netflix series. Wouldn't that be amazing, though? I can't wait for that. Hopefully that day comes where they're able to cross over and not just weirdly stay separate from each other.
I mean, it makes it feel more vast, the Marvel universe with these Netflix shows with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff. It makes it feel more vast. It's not like the Star Wars prequels where everything where everything has to be connected with each other and stuff. And I personally like how they haven't crossed over yet. I like how they haven't referenced them in the films yet. But
okay, if they don't at least get a mention in Infinity War, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I think they should get a mention.
Or it's like if they're in space beating up Thanos, and they're like, "Oh, who's gonna take care of the Earth?" And then Tony Stark's like, "Oh, I heard there were some people in Hell's Kitchen kicking ass." That's all I want.
Hell's Kitchen in Harlem.
Yeah, that's true.
And then wherever Iron Fist is and wherever Punisher is, Punisher's probably still in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know about Iron Fist. He's probably in a different area in New York. I'm so excited for Iron Fist, man.
I like how every Marvel superhero is from New York.
Pretty much. Well, Luke Cage is actually from Georgia.
Okay, but he's in New York.
Yeah, he is based in New York, but he tells people he's from Florida for some reason.
That's weird. Nobody who's from Florida admits that they are from Florida.
If I was from Florida, I'd keep it secret too, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
You're
from Nebra, Soda, Tucky, Tenna, George Fornia.
And my address is on the corner of Lego and Hover, and I live in apartment 117.
Yup. That was
Come and visit me, guys.
that was smooth. Watch that be your actual address too.
Come and visit me, guys. We can hang out, and then I'll kill you. What? And then I'll be weird. Then I'll be real weirded out that someone actually took the time to track that address down.
A little cough. Yeah, no, dude, Kilgrave's powers are amazing. He could be the most powerful person in the MCU, but he just uses them to be a selfish bitch. Though honestly, if I had his powers, I'd do the exact same shit. Like, I like that coat, you're gonna give me it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I would not like be like, you're gonna make me president. I'd be like, no, you're gonna give me that coat. So I fucking want that coat.
He's so good though, and I can't say what happens in the end. I can't say.
If I ever had the chance to if I somehow ever got the chance to write a script or a comic book with Kilgrave as the villain, I would totally write him as an angsty teenager who just uses his powers to do what he wants. Go get me a sandwich, yes sir. He's just a spoiled brat living in a giant mansion, just getting whatever he wants. I'm hungry. Get me a sandwich, yes sir.
Cut your heart out, Dad.
I'm thirsty. Get me some Dr. Pepper, yes sir. It's good to be king. That's definitely what anybody I know would use their powers for if they had those superpowers. Just doing whatever they wanted to.
That's what I would do. I'd walk into Walmart and be like, hey, that Imperial Death Trooper pop, you are going to scan that for me and let me walk out here.
Yeah, there's definitely also people that would use their powers for weird sex stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. That's a little weird.
What? Oh dear.
Because that's what Kilgrave does in the show.
Yeah.
Uses powers for weird sex stuff. A little bit
to the viewers to find that out on their own.
A little bit of an abuser. Your Skype audio just glitched a little bit, but it's fine. It's just fine.
Dear. It's probably because my Wi-Fi is a piece of junk because we have AT&T and it sucks.
Boy. Okay, yeah, we have Comcast. I have AT&T as my carrier for my phone.
Oh, I have Verizon as a carrier, and they're pretty good.
Oh, that just reminds me, my data reset today. Oh, it's so lit.
Mine doesn't reset till the 26th, and I've used probably half of it.
Boy! I talk to people, and they're like, unlimited data, boy. And I'm like, bruh, why do you need unlimited data?
Truth be told, I probably only use 43% of it, but that's because my school's Wi-Fi is complete crap.
Oh, yeah.
And also because I watch the Philip DeFranco show whenever I go on break at work.
I love the Philip DeFranco show.
Dude, he's real. He really is.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Welcome back to the Philip.
Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco show, and let's just jump into it.
What I love about him is that he's so unbiased.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Now that we're done. What?
He's how I get most of my news.
Yeah, same. And now that we're done sucking Philip DeFranco's dick, let's move on. What superpower would you want if you could have it, other than Kilgrave's
mind control power?
Mind control powers. If you could have any superpower other than that, because that's both that's superpower that most wouldn't get you, that people wouldn't suspect, wouldn't get you in any legal trouble, to get taken away by the government or anything. And it's also the most practical.
Yeah, really.
Because you would not have to pay for a single damn thing the rest of your life. You'd be like, no, you're going to give me that lobster. Okay, here's a lobster.
Here you go. Here's a lobster.
Yeah. So what superpower would you want?
Well, this is the practical answer, but talking normal to me has always been a superpower.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'd love to be able to talk as quickly as some of these other people do, Deadpool, be able to pop off as much as he does. And
I'm working on that. I consider that. Well, I'm developing that skill.
And not stutter like somebody who's just been shot in the neck and can't speak.
No, dude, you've improved a lot. You've gotten a lot better with your stuttering.
I have improved. It's definitely not as bad during my older videos because, good God, they make me want to kill myself. But anyway,
Let
moving on.
let's not let's I mean, I'm very proud of
Let's
you
not
for
make any suicide jokes.
I'm very proud of you for your stutter. I was about to say I'm proud of you for your stuttering. No, I'm proud of you for overcoming your stuttering. But let's not make things so sad and personal. Let's talk about like a fantasy superpower, like one that you could
Hey,
never have.
yeah, my booth at TW RockCon is going to consist of me doing a panel about how to overcome your stuttering and part of the Thompson Friends Home Media collection.
Good, good. That's what it would be. All right. Well,
That
what would your like imaginary fantasy superpower be?
that is a world famous collection. Not no, it's not. It's known by like two people. Anyway, um, let's see. Probably like I've always really liked Wolverine's healing power. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
ever like got like a huge like cut on my arm or something, it could just heal as quickly as possible and I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Don't have to go to the emergency room and get stitched up. I'm good.
Yeah. So that'd be your superpower, healing factor.
Be either that or the ability to turn my skin to metal like Colossus does.
Powerful, powerful. I would probably want telekinesis
That's like
because
that's a good one.
with telekinesis, it's not just reading people's minds. That's telepathy. There's a difference between telekinesis and telepathy. Telekinesis, I think you can read. I think telepathy is a part of telekinesis, but you can also control anything with your mind. So, like, you basically have the force. Like, you can just lift shit up and throw it around. You can lift yourself up and fly. You can freeze people in place. Um,
It surrounds us and binds us and brings the galaxy together.
you could make a force field.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. If you, if
Like Jean Grey.
Yes, yes. By the way, if you want to see a movie about a deconstruction of superhero movies that has a very good depiction of telekinesis, watch Chronicle. Chronicle's good. It's no, it's a good movie, and I really really like it, and it's good. And it stars Dane DeHaan, who was bad as the Green Goblin, but he's good.
Oh, so bad.
But he's
Don't
good.
even get me started on the Amazing Spider-Man 2, man. I don't even want to think about that.
But he's good in Chronicle, and it's also got Michael B. Jordan, who was bad as the Human Torch, but good as everything else.
Uh, Fun, uh, fun fact: the director of Chronicle also directed Four Stick. Ow, that caused me physical pain saying that title.
Yes, but the difference is that Chronicle's actually good.
I know, I've heard, but I haven't seen it.
It
And I
was
will.
written by Max Landis, the son of John Landis, who made Blues Brothers and Gremlins and stuff.
And then wasn't Max Landis on like the Screen Junkie show a couple months back?
I love Max Landis, man. He's a great guy. At least I've never met the guy. I'm not like personal friends with Max Landis, but I like his stuff.
We talk on Skype every night, guys.
He seems like a cool dude.
And I am also friends with Arnie Carvalho, one of the co-hosts of Now Playing Podcast. Me, him, and Stuart. Stuart talk on Skype from now and then. I'm
Man,
pretty sure nobody but me listens to Now Playing or any
God,
other podcast I listen to.
I think you're right about that one, man.
I've told you to listen to Now Playing though.
You
It's a really
definitely
good.
have.
It's a really good podcast. I recommend
I
it.
already listened to too many damn podcasts. I already listened to 3.
I listened to 5, including this one.
Boy, what? Okay, well then 4, including this one. Oh, that's the wrong. Guys, I just opened up a music app and I just saw something. I was gonna close out, but it reminded me of something. So I got my license this week. Yay me. My driver's license, that is. And so I have a car now. And so whenever I drive in my car, I play music. Obviously, 'cause that's what you do when you drive cars. Um, and-
Unless you're me and you listen to podcasts when you drive, because that's what I.
You're right. You're right. But so I saw, I just made a playlist on my phone of the music I play in my car, and I just call it like music list or something like that. And my friend was like, my friend saw it, The other day when I was giving him a ride home from school, and he's like, no, let me rename this. And he like takes my phone and renames the list, the playlist, and he gives it back to me, and the name is now The Whip List. So it's I have The Whip List.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's see. I listen to three podcasts, occasionally four. I listen to Fat Man and Batman sometimes.
Heard of that one? Never listened to it before.
I like Kevin Smith.
I like him too. I still need to watch Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's on my Netflix queue.
I need to watch that as well.
I listen to Now Playing, obviously. I used to listen to Rebels Roundtable before it ended. I also used to listen to Republic Forces Radio Network before it ended. Those were both covering Rebels and Clone Wars, two awesome TV shows. And I also listen to The Weekly Planet, which is a really good podcast run by Mr. Sunday Movies and Nick Mason. Mr. Sunday Movies is a YouTube channel. You should check him out. He's a pretty cool Australian dude. And make a quick comparison here between Tweet Time and The Weekly Planet. Tweet Time is kind of like their letters segment where they read at least 3 tweets a week. But the difference is they have their own theme that Nick plays through the microphone.
Okay.
Because Mr. Sunday says he will not edit, he will not put it in, and he makes Nick play it out of his microphone.
I just
That
felt
was
like doing that.
was nice.
I just felt like doing that. I'm sorry. I was just looking through the whip list and I saw that was on there. So I just wanted to play that because I knew that'd be the most annoying thing that I could do. Just
I was
interrupt you while you're talking about podcasts on our podcast.
I was just about to start doing the letters theme. Classic one is the letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, we're only a day away. Hey now, we're here right now.
Yes, continue on.
Well, that wasn't the letters theme, but then I occasionally listen to Marvelicious Toys and Star Wars Action News, which are both collectors podcasts for like Star Wars and Marvel figures and such. But that's only on occasion when I'm in the midst of like a podcast drought.
Yes.
Which is also what I said on Twitter whenever I was listening to old GAOP stuff, because I literally had nothing else to listen to. So I'm like, all right, what else do we have here? Oh, here's some stuff I haven't listened to in a while. Let's listen to the one where Eric and Vinnie and you all play Cards Against Humanity. And the you're gonna get copyrighted for that.
No, I am. That's why I only play it in like 5-second bits.
Yeah.
If we do, then oh well. We don't monetize this podcast, so no one gives a fuck.
That's good. I don't monetize my content either.
Nope, me neither.
Because I don't make the views, but honestly, I don't do it because I just don't want to go through the hassle of partnering with the network and all this crap.
Plus, it turns YouTube from a hobby, a fun little thing to do on the side, into a job.
Yep, that's not good.
Plus, you're pushed to put out content every week, and sometimes you don't have anything for that week, so you gotta put out a really dumb video, like yourself going on a pool floaty in the swimming pool. Did I say that out? I didn't mean to do that. That's an edit point right there. I didn't mean to say that.
Sometimes you just are forced to put out really, really mediocre stuff like the TCC. What? I didn't say that.
Vinny's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, "What the heck did you guys do?"
He already knows.
That's the exact same reaction I had though. The week that I was gone, I came back and I saw in the description, like, Chris Thompson wheelchair memes, and I was like, "Oh my god, no, oh my god, what did you do?"
Well, he said that he knows nothing about me, which kind of true, except he follows me on Twitter, and apparently he's subbed to me, or at least he was.
I'm kind of glad actually that no one can hear that episode with only Vinny and Rob and Unlucky Tug, because if you could, then you'd probably get really offended.
So many Chris Thompson jokes in that one.
Yeah. I didn't even listen to it, and I know you'd get offended by it. I tried listening to it for 5 minutes, and then I couldn't hear Robin Unlucky Tug, so I cranked up my volume, and then Vinnie was screaming in my ear, so then I had to turn the volume back down again.
I mean, I just thought it was funny, all the Chris Thompson jokes. I don't know about you, but...
Here, you want to hear my best Chris Thompson joke? Chris Thompson, more like Chris, I'm doing your mom, son. Got him.
That was a Turtles and Thomas level joke there.
You know what else is a Turtles and Thomas level joke?
My life. I just said that like so somber, like my life.
Your life.
My life is a joke.
Your life is a joke.
My life is just like one big joke. Like seriously, I do not care about anything.
Dude, same. Except for my grades, because I want to get into a semi-good college. Oh, I just bumped my microphone so hard. I'm so sorry. That turned out loud.
I care about my grades mostly. Have a C in Algebra 2 currently, but it's going to go up soon.
Got 2 A's and 2 little B's.
I have like a B plus in my English class, but my teacher should really round it up because it's like an 89.8.
Oh,
so I'm like,
sucks.
hey, English teacher, can you round this up, please? Thank you.
I have an A in graphic design and A in gym. Okay, if you don't have like a really bad physical problem, if you get below an A in gym, there's something that is wrong.
I had a or an A, proper grammar.
I had A.
I had AA. I had an AA meeting.
Hi, my name is Matt, and I was about to say your name, but that's bad because
that's not good. Let's not say that.
Hi, my name is Matt, and I don't know how to use proper grammar. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Okay, because my name is obviously Eric. It's totally not Magneto's name.
Eric
nope.
Spelled with a K.
You know how that name got started? It was me on Skype with my name as Eric Lyncher, which if you didn't know is Magneto's real name. And it was a picture of the Days of Future Past poster of Magneto with the X through his face, and it had the old Magneto on one side and young Magneto on the other side. And people just thought my name was Eric, so the name stuck. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is my new name.
Wait, that's not your name?
That's not my name.
Whoa, dude, that's crazy.
My name is actually
crazy.
My name is actually Matt Murdock.
My name is Oliver Queen.
Queen, after 5 years on a hellish island, I have returned with only one goal.
To bang Felicity. Because that was what the show's turned into.
To save Felicity, yes.
No, to bang Felicity.
Oh.
My name is Barry Allen. After a guy in a dumb-looking yellow suit killed my mom, I was like, darn. And then 20 years later... And then 20 years later, this particle accelerator went boom, boom, and I was like, oh no, lightning, and then the lightning was like, zap, got him, and then I woke up.
Dude, the suit killed my mom, I was like, darn.
That'd be my reaction.
That's totally how a 10-year-old boy would react after his mom has been murdered.
And then after I woke up from the lightning going zap, zap, this guy in a wheelchair was like, hey man, I'm in a wheelchair and stuff like that. Definitely can't walk over here. And I was like, cool. And then he's like, hey, there's a bunch of people that got superpowers from my particle accelerator going boom, boom. And we should lock them up here in the particle accelerator, even though we don't have any bathrooms or no way to get food to them. And Barry was
bathrooms.
And Barry was like, I mean, seriously, there's no bathrooms in the particle accelerator.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
they explained it away in like a thing online where it's like, oh, there's toilets in the wall that you pull down. I'm like, okay. But it's like, how does the mist not get out? He can literally turn his body into gas. He just through the toilet. He's gone. Bye. Anyways, I was continuing my plot recap with the Flash. So then he's like, hey, I'm going to catch these guys, and also I'm going to try and have sex with my adoptive sisters. That's not weird at all. And then he's like, okay, I got all these bad guys. Wheelchair dude who definitely can't walk. And then wheelchair dude's like, psych, I can walk, boy. Got him. I'm actually the guy
I killed your mama.
And then he's like, darn. And so then they fight, and he's like, you killed my mom. He's like, I know, but you made me get stuck in this time because I'm from like 20 years in the future. And then they do a bunch of stuff with like time speed clones and speed mirages and stuff like that. It doesn't really make any sense, but it's cool because it's for the sake of the plot. And then Barry's like, bang! And he punches him in the face. And then his ancestor, who also exists, shoots himself, and he's like, ha, got him! And then Reverse Flash is like, no! And then he fades away, and then Barry's like, I did it.
But then it turns out that he still does exist for reasons.
And then it turns out that he still does exist. So that's the first season of The Flash. In the second season of The Flash, they open up a wormhole, and then this guy comes through the wormhole, and he's like, hi, I'm Jay Garrick, superhero from another Earth, and definitely not the bad guy. Pfft. What's a bad guy?
Zoom, who I'm here to warn you about.
What's a bad guy? I don't know what a bad guy is. And then Bear's like, okay, gonna trust you. And then they trust him. And then another Dr. Wells comes through the portal, and he's like, hey, I'm not that last guy. I'm a different guy.
I'm a complete and total ass.
And they're like, hey. And then this guy called Zoom shows up, and he's like, hey, I'm definitely not Jay Garrick. And they're like, you tricky Zoom. You tricky Zoom guy.
You tricky Zoom, you...
And then Zoom's like, bang, got him, Barry. And he broke his back. And then Barry gets better in one episode. He's like, see? I have speed, so I get better faster. And then they run around the city and they fight each other. And then at the end of it, Zoom's like, hey, Barry, got your dad. Barry's like, please no. And then Zoom's like,
stab.
He stabs him, and Zoom's like, ha, got him. And Barry's like, darn.
Barry's like, darn.
and then they fight each other some more. And then Barry's like, ha, beat you, Zoom. And Zoom's like, darn. And then a portal opens to the Speed Force, and then some ghosts come out and grab Zoom and take him away. And Zoom's like, darn. And then Barry's like, darn, my dad's dead, and my mom's dead, and everyone's dead. So then he runs back in time and stops Reverse Flash from killing his mom. But then he finds out that by doing this, he made an even worse timeline, and his adoptive brother, who also exists, dies. And Barry's like, darn. So then he runs back to the present, and then he's like, whoa, everything's different. Cool. And that's where we are in The Flash right now.
That was a wonderful recap of The Flash, 10 out of 10.
That bit went on for way longer than I meant it to.
And he was like, darn.
That bit went on for way too long. Should I also do a recap of Arrow because nobody's listening anymore?
Oh God, we're gonna be here all night.
I'm gonna try and do this recap of Arrow real quick. All right, so Oliver's on an island and he's like, darn. And then this guy called Slade, he's like, hi, I'm Australian. And he's like, K. And then there's this chick, she's like, hi, I'm Asian. And he's like, K. And then this guy comes to the island and shoots the Australian, no. He shoots the Chinese chick, and Slade's like, darn. And then everybody says, darn.
Whoever did this to her is going to suffer.
And then he gets half his face burned off, and then he puts on a cool mask, and he's like, I'm gonna get you, Oliver. And then Oliver's like, darn. And then Oliver stabs him in the face. And then there's a bunch of other flashbacks, but they don't really matter. And then Oliver comes back to the city, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna reunite with my girlfriend. And the girlfriend's like, I don't like you anymore, Oliver. I'm dating your best friend. And Oliver's like, darn. And then it turns out Oliver's best friend's dad is the bad guy, and he blows up half the city, and his son dies. And Oliver goes back to the island, and then he comes back again because Slade's back, and he's like, I'm gonna beat you, Aussie guy. And Slade's like, no, you won't. And then Oliver beats him, and Slade's like, darn. And then he throws him in prison.
Up the boat, kid. Do it.
And then throws him in prison, and then after that, Oliver's like...
You think I won't get out of here? I keep my promises. I keep my promises.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That wasn't very good.
That's a thing he says. And then Oliver's like, okay, I'm actually done being a superhero now. And then Ra's al Ghul's like, psych, boy, you're going to be the next me. And Oliver's like, nah, and kills him. And Ra's al Ghul's, oh, okay, then. And then Oliver's like, hey, I'm actually... And then Oliver's like, hey, I'm actually done for real this time. And then Damien Dark's like, psych! And Oliver's like, god dang it. And then Damien Dark kills Laurel, and Oliver's like, god dang it.
Darn.
And then Damien Dark blows up a city, and Oliver's like, god dang it. And then Oliver kills Damien Dark, and he's like, yay, finally. And then Oliver's like, "Okay, I'm gonna be a superhero on my own, not have a team anymore because Laurel died." And then in the next episode of the show, Oliver makes a new team. That's just your Arrow recap right there.
That is Arrow 100% without any sort of plot details, any way, shape, or form. You can now and go watch Arrow and know everything.
Or you don't have to watch Arrow, and you can just watch the current season without having to catch up on the past ones, because that recap was so good.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for listening to this podcast episode. I need to get this up. I said this episode was going to be a half hour long. It's an hour long. Whatever, I don't even care. I was having too much fun doing my asinine recaps. Lego Lover 117, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It was fun, and I was planning on doing defense for X-Men Apocalypse because people hate that movie for some reason.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to do that? I'm sorry. I totally blocked you off with my shitty recaps. Go ahead.
I mean, if it doesn't go on too long, I don't want to overstay my welcome or anything.
No, go ahead. You good.
Okay, so people think that X-Men Apocalypse is like the worst movie ever, and it's the worst X-Men movie that they've ever seen in their lives. And I'm like, bro, it's not. It's actually pretty good. I really like the younger versions of more notable X-Men like Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and Jean Grey and stuff. And yeah, I get that Apocalypse is kind of a weak villain, but his performance from Evil from
keep going.
Go ahead,
keep going with you again.
I just had sex.
Okay,
from
go ahead.
From Evil Poe Dameron, which is what I like to call him, because they're played by the same actor. His performance was really good. He doesn't look stupid. He actually looks menacing. And Magneto was also one of the best characters in the movie. And I don't think the movie's bad. I think it's actually pretty good. It's not better than Days of Future Past, but still pretty good.
That's it?
That is my call out to all the people who hate X-Men Apocalypse. Like, come on, guys, just give the movie another chance. It's not the downfall of the X-Men. It's still pretty good. And plus, we have Deadpool. Deadpool will save us.
Deadpool.
Did you even see X-Men Apocalypse, dude?
Definitely not.
It was pretty good. You should watch it.
Okay, I might do that once I watch other movies that I'm more interested in.
Well, you have seen Days of Future Past, right?
Yeah, I have a poster for it on the wall right here.
Yeah, I know, but good, because that's the best X-Men movie that's ever been made. I'd say X-Men Apocalypse probably comes in at like third or fourth best X-Men, but it's still good. But Days of Future Past will probably always be my favorite and probably always be the best, just because of the great characters and great action scenes in it.
Okay, that's all that needs to be said.
That is pretty much it. And also, don't ever watch X-Men Origins Wolverine because that movie's bad.
Guys, thanks for listening to this episode of the podcast. Lego Lover 117, thank you for joining me. Where can they find you?
They can find me on my Twitter at Lego Lover 117. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, also the same name, Lego Lover 117. Check out this Monday. There's a new HMR coming out. That's a supplemental on Spills and Chills on DVD.
Be sure to check that out. That's a good series.
And then, oh, you actually watch HMR? Who knew?
I watch some YouTube videos.
You watch my vlogs.
I watch your vlogs for sure.
Which I was also going to advertise. This last Thursday, I put up a vlog about me going to Gatlinburg. Yeah, it's pretty much just me and a couple of friends yelling at a video game and air hockey for about 6 minutes, and then me talking to you all for another 5. So pretty good.
My life.
It's pretty good. I didn't capture a lot of footage in Gatlinburg, really, but from the footage I did, that's the best of it. So check that out too. And PS, thanks again for having me. I would love to come back, maybe do a Doctor Strange review.
Yes, when that movie comes out, for sure.
Because I'm really hyped for that movie. I'm so excited for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that movie looks good, man. All right, I'm Mr. MPS 2002. Find me on Twitter at Mr. MPS 2002. Find me on YouTube, Mr. MPS. Find me on Instagram, Mr. MPS 2002. Add me on Snapchat, MP Sonic. And also, follow the Grease on Twitter account at GAO Podcast and tweet us stuff, hashtag GAOP. That's it, guys. Thanks for listening to this very late episode of the podcast today. We appreciate you, we love you, and we will see you guys next time. And let's have The Lonely Island and Akon close us out.
Bye, guys.